All right, welcome back to another episode of Chronos and Kin. The D&D part of our channel is being recorded now, just for you guys. So we have a couple cool announcements as of recording this. You may have seen it on a live or a post elsewhere before this is posted to you. But we have a partnership. Finally. I don't want to even say finally. Like, really quick. We are now teamed up with Mythical Meats. We will get you guys some codes and stuff for your for discounts and things like that as they come to us, and we'll be posting them on all of our socials: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and chronosandkin.com. I'm probably going to add a link on chronosandkin.com to take you right to the Mythical Meats storefront where you can put in your code. So that's a pretty cool announcement. What do you guys think about having a partnership after 3 weeks of doing this?
Love that. Love that.
It's fun.
Yeah. And quite frankly, we're doing good on TikTok. That's where a lot of this comes from.
Yeah.
And so thank you to all of our TikTok followers and fans and stuff like that who in the lives are chatting with us, who are looking at our videos, helping us gain traction and sharing our videos and even adding other people they know and telling them to come check out our channel. All of that has happened, and it has been an amazing journey so far.
Appreciate that.
Another announcement, we are on Spotify officially. And so that is another avenue for you guys to listen to us on the go. You can not have video going and draining the battery on your phone. You just hit that audio only, and you can listen to the sweet, sweet, sultry tones of our voices for hours on end. And that.
Your boot shop.
Your Buchaka. So, getting into it, I'm going to let us do our introductions. I am Shane, the DM, and everyone that these guys are not.
I am Tim Buchaka.
Nice.
I'm Whitney. I play as Alana.
I'm Brandon as Huldra.
Andrew as Grunin.
Awesome. So we're going to get right into it now, guys. So we're going to go with a recap real quick of Session 0, which led you guys into Dusk Hollow for the first time. Session 0 was titled The Price of Blood and Boxes, but we never learned about any boxes.
Missed opportunity.
We learned about a box. We just didn't learn what was in the box.
Yeah.
So, as it happened, you all entered the capital city of Dusk Hollow to meet with the secretive owner of the Crimson Vault, Joffrey. Grunin entered first around 8 a.m. to a city full of people waking and the city coming alive. Trying to get some information, he asked a young man hustling to start his day where he might find the Crimson Vault, to which the answer was, that big fucking tower. Once arriving to the tower, he was greeted by Claude, the doorman, of few words or emotions. Once gaining entrance, he was ushered to a seat at a bench by an overly pushy woman. He then heard Thorin enter and leave the room, and upon trying to follow, the pushy woman pushed him to the bench once more. Buchaka entered Dusk Hollow a little later in the morning, and was taking in the sights and noises when he saw a young child waving and smiling at him. Upon talking to this child and following the ruse to look at his fort, Brother Malik placed a hand ready to attack on Boo's back, and informed him to trust nothing and no one, and to meet him at the Church of the Hidden Flame in the early morning hours. Boo meets Claude and the pushy woman, and then sits next to Grunin, where they have some talk about why they have been asked to come to Dusk Hollow. Ilana enters Dusk Hollow from the northern gate during midday, and is greeted by sick, twisted trees and smog-filled air. As she moves through the city, her dagger begins to twitch and point toward the tower, and she sees tower, and she straightens it out and realizes it wants to point to the tower, so she must hold it still. Upon getting to the lower... Oh, Jesus, I can't even read my own notes.
It's all right.
Upon getting to the tower, she sees Claude and begins to fret over his well-being, much to his dismay, and has allowed access inside, where the pushy lady also wants to hear nothing about Claude's condition. She smells a familiar and unwanted scent, a weird pollen. Amongst that commotion, Boo looks up and sees the symbol of his order, but something is wrong. It is twisted and corrupted. And last, towards 3 in the afternoon, Huldra blesses Dusk Hollow with his presence, complaining about voltage and tech being used incorrectly. He stops in his tracks when he sees the vault's door. They are his doors. He built them. many years ago in a place lost to time, now for someone who hides away. While poking at the doors, Claude clears his throat, not wanting to hear of the doors, and glad to let the last guest in. To the joy of the pushy lady, she seats him next to the others. They speak amongst themselves for a bit, and Haldra claims he arrived late so that Joffrey would not have the pleasure of making him wait. The team is ushered down to a large meeting space with a table and a chained cask on the statue and the statue of a skull in the back of the room. Once they were all in and milling about, the skull spoke. It was the voice of Joffrey. He explained why they were all there and what the job was. As he was explaining the job, a scribe came in giving them all a mission missive. After reading the missives, Thorin enters. Thorin was sick and feeble, but glad to see Grunin. Grunin pulls him into an embrace where Thorin mentions that the relic affected him and caused his ailments, urging caution with regret in his tone. At the end of their embrace, Thorin slipped a note to Grunin. Joffrey then speaks to each of you separately. Grunin, you are in charge because of your experience and Thorin's recommendations. Do not fail like you did in the war. Uchaka, I know what monks planned in the monastery. Don't give me a reason to distrust you. Your connection to the spiritual world is needed. Ilana, you were quite affected from your previous mission, and I'm surprised to see you back. Your situation is being watched, and we will substitute you if necessary. Haldra, your disdain for me is known, but this doesn't matter. Your mind and skills are needed to unearth and transport these relics. After this, the team is told to go to the Shivering Satchel for prepaid adventuring gear, and then to the Boar's Head for food, drink, and sleep. The team went to the Shivering Satchel and met Milan, a malnourished shopkeep whose hatred for Joffrey and his people bubbles up from time to time. The team buys their gear, then heads to the Boar's Head for the night. At the Boar's Head, they are greeted by a tiefling woman with a collar on her neck stamped with the mark of the Crimson Vault. She gets them food and drink and takes her leave for the night. Grunin went to the public side of the tavern to try and get information. There he met a high elf named Thalen, and was able to deduce that speaking of the situation in town would get people jailed or worse. He spends time making small talk with several patrons. Haldra, Boo, and Ilana stay in the private bar and talk about the secrecy and theatrics of Joffrey and the unease they feel dealing with him. As the night winds down, Uchaka slips out to meet Brother Malik, who tells him that he thinks Joffrey is trying to assemble Sanguine, the ancient god of thirst, who was torn asunder by the other gods for his actions, being turned into relics, telling him that his order, the Order of the Hidden Flame, is trying to gain purchase to hinder what Joffrey is doing. Uchaka hesitantly agrees to help. Upon returning to the inn, Claude greets Boo and suggests he gets some rest. The team lays down for the evening and falls asleep to the sound of a beating heart emanating from below the floor. That leads us to now. It is 5 a.m. The sun, it's fall, so you have that light at the end of the horizon, that kind of orange, pink, yellow glow at the base of the horizon. It's not light. You can just start to see that morning wants to creep up. And as a man of military experience, Grunin is the first to arise. So you are in your bed. You slept. Everyone slept well. Everyone is well rested. What do you do as you wake up in the morning?
First thing I do is I pack all my gear. I'm gonna go downstairs. Is there anybody down there?
Yeah, the tiefling woman is back and she is bustling around the kitchen. You smell the smells of morning food and daily prep being done.
Okay. You wouldn't happen to have any coffee or some kind of drink?
Well, we do not have coffee here, but we do have nice assortments of teas.
I'll take a tea.
What kind would you like? A sweeter tea, a more bitter tea like your coffee, or a chai tea, which is spices and beautiful?
I'll take a chai tea.
Okay, just one moment. I'll get you some chai tea. And she then goes and bustles around the kitchen, and she's put a kettle on.
I'm trying to ascertain which direction to go. I've looked it over. I have decided upon going more of a southern route would be the best alternative. And then once we hit the bridge, cross the bridge, and then stay towards the riverside, as that's going to put us in an open field.
So are you following the main busy road up to that, or are you going to more follow the river? What is
Follow more of the river. I
Okay.
want to stay off main roads, but I want to be open enough to where I can see around us,
Mhm.
but not so open that it's, no protection.
Okay. So as you're kind of marking your map, you begin to hear the of a tea kettle, and the tiefling comes back in and she pours your tea and she sets it down. There's your tea, sir. We do have some breakfast meats and eggs ready. Would you like some bangers and eggs?
Yes, please.
Okay, so she goes off. She does that. Is there anything else you wanted to do in this morning?
No. I do take 1 gold and I kind of set on the corner of the table
Okay.
for her.
Okay.
Very much like leading it out there so that she knows it's for her.
Okay.
So I set that to the side. Even if it's for free, I set it to the side for her, knowing full well the situation of the town.
Okay.
Speaking with, obviously the merchant, seeing how they've been treated. So I'm assuming her situation is not far off.
Okay.
So I set that to the side.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, please.
8 plus 2, 10.
10. 10 passes. So as you slide that gold up the counter, you look towards you kind of in your peripheral see the entryway where you walk in, and it was section, the main entryway where you go to the public area, and then there were these different hallways for the private parts of this tavern. And you see that Claude is just patiently standing.
Mhm.
He's not staring at you. He's just standing in there, just doing his job, being the kind of the doorman and the usher for Joffrey.
Okay.
Okay. So, your breakfast is being cooked. These smells have wafted up to your rooms, and the three of you all awake. What do you guys do?
Buchaka takes 15-20 minutes to meditate
Okay.
for the morning
Very good.
before heading down.
Very good.
Alana slowly rises and stretches, makes sure her bag's in order, makes her bed.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta do all the tiny stuff.
Okay.
And then I just slowly make my way downstairs, but just
Okay.
kind of keeping an eye on everything as well.
Okay. Huldra?
I hop out of bed, gather my things, and just I gotta make my way downstairs.
Okay. I would say then with that all of those things you guys do is roughly the same amount of time. And you guys kind of all meet each other in the morning in this hallway. And then just kind of that morning fog, picking the gunk out of your eyes, brushing your fur, all of those things, make your way downstairs where you see Grunin already at work for the journey. What do you guys do there?
Is the tiefling girl there?
So she would be now, Mr. Dwarf. What is your name, sir?
Grunin.
Grunin. Grunin, your meal is ready, and she sets her hand down. She kind of gives you a aware nod and slides that gold cautiously towards herself.
I asked her for some breakfast and some tea also.
Oh, right away. What is your name, sir?
Buchaka.
Buchaka.
May I ask your name?
I do not have the privilege of having one. You can just call me Miss.
Okay.
Good morning, miss.
Morning.
Would it be so kind of you to also serve me tea and what you're having as well?
Of course. And what is your name?
My name is Alana.
Ilana. Okay. And you, sir? And she kind of looks over the counter to see your eyes peeking over the countertop. Would you like anything, sir?
I appreciate your attention, but I'm good for the morning. I don't require much throughout the day, so you're more than welcome to pay attention to.
Okay. So she goes and bustles away. The kettle is back on, warming up water, and the four of you are sitting at the table.
So, Brunin, you're looking at these maps. What is on your mind? And
Well, that's the interesting thing. I have a general idea of the route that I want to take. However, given that it's in the Elven Woods or in that direction, your opinion would also be appreciated here. You know the lands better than I do.
I would recommend not going into the Elven Woods.
I hadn't planned on it. I planned on going across the coastline.
Okay. Those would be good areas. You can still would be good places to camp and forage. And there's also hunting for fresh meat.
Are you two ever familiar with this area or no?
I am not familiar with the area, and I'm not familiar with the area that I'm traveling to.
I've been through this area, but just in passing.
Roll me a history check, Pauldra.
20.
D20 plus your history modifier.
20.
Okay, so with a 20, I would say that yes, you've been through that area, and because elves are also an aged people, not much changes happen. So what you would remember as that area being, like Olana said, is very factual.
Mhm.
Okay. Continue. Sorry.
Sorry. With that, then, I have decided that we're going to go north. We're going to avoid the main roads because that is where merchants travel. That is also where thieves wait and hide for traveling merchants that are unprotected. I wish to avoid any confrontation on our way out there. So we're going to be traveling through that route. Once we hit the bridge, we're going to travel across it and stick to the riverside. Once we get up there, we will then hit Eldorain. We're all in agreement.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And I will trust your guidance on this.
I will as well.
Very good. So at that moment, the tiefling woman, she brings tea and food and everything else, and she leans over again at you. I've overheard, and I don't mean to be rude. You're on a big journey. Is there anything, water for the morning to hydrate yourself? Some tea, some berry juice, some food, anything, sir?
I'll actually take some water if you have.
Of course. Of course. Hand me your water skins, all of you. I'll fill all of your water skins for you.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
she takes them and she fills them and just promptly brings them back. She's like, just be safe on your journey. We have many adventurers that come here to be part of the relic acquisition team that I never get to see again. And at that moment, you hear, and that was Claude kind of in the corner, and she goes back to bustling around the kitchen. She doesn't look scared. She did, that realization maybe said too much and goes back to work.
Okay. So, we leave soon. And everyone ready?
Yeah, everything's packed.
I've prepared mentally and physically for the travel.
Okay, then. So then I guess we're just going to head out.
Okay, so as you're talking about preparing to leave, that's when Claude kind of makes his presence fully known in the corner. And it is my job today to escort you through the city to the North Gate, to where you could begin your journey to Ralderain. And he has this box in his hand, and he looks at Bouchaka and he says, as the monk, Joffrey wants you to carry this. It is a seal like you saw on the box downstairs yesterday when speaking with Joffrey. If for whatever reason the relic you find's container is damaged or anything like that, I would like you to place the seal on it to help contain what is inside. Joffrey also wanted me to let you know that we expect a proper communication by either getting to Rimehold and sending word or returning back here within 2 weeks. It's a 3-day travel, but we do know that travel is dangerous, especially in such small groups without guard escort. We expected things to take time. We expect delays here and there, so we are giving you a little bit of breadth in time to do the job properly.
Question for you, Claude.
Yes.
So we make it there, and then on our way back, we get held up in Rhinehold. Will that be within reason to communicate then?
Yeah, so once you bring the relic to Rimehold as instructed, a messenger will leave post haste to return note to Joffrey's team. And then he also hands you, Grunin, a parchment, and on it is official relic acquisition team, Team 17, on mission to Ralderain, per order of Joffrey. So it's kind of if you run into anybody working for the Crimson Vault, you can show them this and gain passage if they're holding you up for whatever reason.
Appreciate that, Claude.
Okay. So if we are all ready, I've got many duties to do today. I would like to get you guys out of here and off through the North Gate.
Off to the North Gate.
So he leads you out towards the front door. Grunin, roll me a perception check. Grunin.
Yep. Five.
Yeah, you guys are walking out the door. He leads you out, and you're walking through the streets. It's kind of that bustle. It's now about 6 a.m, so kind of like it was on your first day. Just people are getting ready for the day. So you guys are kind of moving through this kind of morning bustle. It's light. It's not heavy. Roll me a perception check, Ilana.
Plus 6, 11.
Yeah, nothing is going on in town besides that morning bustle. So he leads you without any incident to the northern gate, and be careful. If issues arise, if issues arise before you get to Relderain, make a cut toward Rimehold and send word if you're going to be longer than that 2 weeks.
And
Otherwise, if it goes beyond that 2 weeks by a few days, we'll then be sending teams out either for searching for your bodies or searching for you as absconders with property of the Crimson Vault.
How many days?
2 weeks.
You have 2 weeks to send word, either of mission success or of a timeline change. And then if you miss that 2 weeks, you have 3 days past that before they send a team out. Okay.
Let's go.
So he sends you on your way. Now, as I kind of briefed on you this morning, and this is kind of fourth walling it, the day as you're traveling is yours. There's not much going on. You're really close to Dusk Hollow. There's a lot of guards milling around and walking paths and stuff like that, even off the main shoot paths, just so that they're protecting the city. So the day is kind of yours as you're traveling. I will interject as I feel you guys are kind of dipping in conversation or whatever and stuff like that. But as far as now traveling for this first part of the day, it is yours, and I'm just a conscientious observer.
Quick question. In
Yeah.
regards to Buchaka's visit,
Mm-hmm.
do we know he made the visit, or do we...
You know he left.
Okay.
You all know he left because he said, when he left the tavern that night, he said, I have a few things to take care of. I asked you if you were going to say anything, and you said, I don't know his business. I don't know his
Right. That's what I was curious. I
missive.
just didn't remember if we knew that he had left or not.
Nope. He got home, and Claude was waiting by the door.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Well, it's us.
Where are we still at the tavern?
No, you were escorted to the north gate by Claude.
We're outside the gate.
We're outside the gates now. All right, companions. Let's make onward towards Relderain.
Okay.
Buchaka, you had business to attend to last night, correct?
I did.
How'd that go?
I was asked to visit a church by brother Malik, so I went and paid my respects to brother Malik.
Hope things were well.
It was a good visit. It was nice to be within a religious site and feel the positive vibes from there.
See your fellow monks.
Yes, he was a good man. He approached me earlier in the day that day and asked me to come join him in the church and pay respects.
Your respects. I can respect that.
Yes. What are your dealings with Thorin?
Thorn and I fought in the war many moons ago. He was a battle cleric who would fight alongside us and heal our wounded. He saw what was inevitably my downfall in a battle towards the end of the war, and which stripped me of my rank and my power. Thanks to him, he gave me work through the mercenary groups. And as you could see, was working with Joffrey, which I'm not sure what's happening, but he did not look well. He did not look himself. He was very weak.
I agree. He looks very battle worn.
When was the last time you saw him?
I have no idea. History check to see the last time, or do I have a
I mean, no, this is your life. It's recent history, so it's been a few months.
few months? It's been a few months since I'd last seen him, and at that time, he was still, a healthy, person, to say.
So within 2 months, he looks horrible.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. He gave me a note, and it said, I'm gonna actually read it out loud. Keep them alive. If it glows, bury it. If it breathes, run. So he gave me this note there at the Dusk Hollow Tower. Don't know what it means yet. So
Not to dig too far, but what happened in that battle that caused you to lose rank, and you don't have to share if you're not willing at this point.
no, I'll just. It'll come up. I'm sure. I need time
Okay,
still.
I can respect that. Holdra, you were very quick to be disrespectful to Joffrey. Are you familiar with Joffrey?
Not directly personally, but he is a man of influence, and I've been around a long time, so I've been keeping my eye, just kind of around everywhere I go. There's whisperings, and he's the head of the Crimson Vault, so that's high profile. We don't really get away without someone knowing.
I don't feel that Joffrey's a good man. I don't feel that he's got our best interests in mind.
Now he's clearly got stuff on all of us, information or blackmail, or I'm not sure what, and that's what he's got on any of us is yours to share, but it's one of those. He's in a position of power, and he's collecting things. So I'm curious.
Yes.
But I do feel that we need to be in understanding that he may not have our best interests.
I was very surprised that he was aware of my dealings here and the reasons that I accepted the mission. As we travel, I might share more about all that. With no disrespect, I don't know any of you, and I'd like to become more familiar with you before I share my secrets and past.
I will say, I slept well.
I slept great.
I slept decent.
What's with the heart? Did anybody else hear that?
I did.
I heard something, but I wasn't sure if it's just the vibes of the city or not.
Now you say you travel a lot. I've never seen a town that looks where it's been warped and the trees are warped and everyone is practically sick. Have you seen anything like that in your travels?
I have. I've seen lots of different things. I've experienced in my past, in my youth, and part of the reason the way I am today is because of a how do I put it, a warp, something wrong with the nature of things in the world. And, those are hard to explain, and they come in various shapes and sizes. So, but I do feel that there is a natural twist, especially in this town. It's I forget who it was that told us that the city, the shopkeep, said the city was bustling and vibrant until he built this tower.
Yeah, it's something to life.
Yeah.
Alana, you've done work with Joff in the past, have you not?
Not really.
Not really?
No.
His mention to your past dealings and your affliction makes us feel that maybe you have.
Yes, I haven't left the forest though. So.
And you also, well, hold on a second. Last night when I was at the bar, I met a high elf. You wouldn't have met them because you are of the woods, correct?
Correct. I'm with the woods. We usually do not cross paths.
Okay. Do you have bad dealings with these high elves? We are going through the Eldraine region.
Not really bad dealings. We just don't see eye to eye all the time. And
You're very tall. How can you not see eye to eye?
yes, but it's hard to say. It's just we don't get along, and they have an opinion of me that's false, but you can't change their minds.
No. High elves are very on top of their horse, as you would say. They are very much into their advanced magics, whereas you rely more on your nature magic, on the
Yeah.
trees and the forests and the life around it.
Yeah, I consider it dirt magic, but yes,
That's how they see your magic.
pretty much.
It's not very kind.
Well, they're high elves.
I've not had many dealings. I did study underneath an elf in the monastery, Master Shen. So I am familiar with some.
Just always be respectful and try your best not to insult them. Is my best suggestion.
That is great advice. Huldra, you've mentioned that you're very old. Your long hair and beard and all that can back that up. How old are you?
Centuries. In my youth, I was afflicted. At least that's how I felt in the beginning. Afflicted, almost cursed, with long life, due to some of my explorations and findings, and it's taken a long time to come to terms with, the way my world is for. So,
Living forever can be a curse and a
yeah, there's nothing more humbling than watching your loved ones rise and fall, and times rise and fall, to make you appreciate the big things, the simple things that are bigger than your lives. One's egos and fame kind of wash away. So,
I'm familiar with the loss of loved ones. There's a pain that does not go away.
For you, Bluchaka, you are a monk, which is interesting because you, as a species, a bugbear, the livelihood that you live is very different than what you currently are. What drove you to seek a more, I guess, I wouldn't say peace, but definitely more towards a kinder lifestyle?
I found my way to the monasteries through family loss. My village was attacked when I was very young, and my father was killed in front of me, and my mother disappeared with the mercenaries that came and raided our village. So as a young bugbear, I was afraid I ran, and the monastery is where I landed. I did not choose it, and I was fortunate enough to be welcomed in by the monks, and they've taught me well.
Very nice. Very nice. I can respect all of that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna reach over and slowly stroke his arm. It's okay. I understand. I've lost my parents too. I understand that.
How did that happen?
They were fighting in the war, and they left us orphan. But like you had the monastery, we had our village, so we weren't ever really alone. So which was good.
It's nice to have people around when you've suffered a major loss.
Yes.
Would I know anything about, not necessarily her parents, but the elven side of the front during the war?
Roll me a history check.
6 plus not great.
So you know, with a 5, you would know that Ralderain was a beachfront area. There, hundreds of years ago, there was an actual bustling city in Ralderain, and currently there's nothing there. It's just empty beachfront, and that it was a main focal point from an invasion of the orcs through the foothills to the south of Ralderain, and elves, humans, dwarves all got together and had a big battle on that Ralderain part of that little cutout there.
Okay.
But that's all you would know.
As we walk and talk and share our stories,
Mhm.
I am looking around
Mhm.
for just anything out of the normal, anything edible, anything alive, water sources.
Roll me a survival check.
That's not good. 17.
Yeah, with the 17, you see these bushes with red and blues and yellows and all these berries on it. And with the 17 in survival, you're pretty sure that they wouldn't harm you in any way to eat them. And you've passed a couple of streams and stuff, but I mean, you guys are traveling along the Silverin River, so there's fresh moving water always by you right now.
I'll share with the team. I've noticed that there's edible berries on this path. If anybody is low on rations, I'm sure the berries taste better than the
Pre-flight
things that we're eating our rations.
The
I
things
will
you've
go
got
to
for
where
meal.
he's identified and kind of pick some
Okay.
and place them.
Oh no, we lost him in the bushes.
Okay.
He's too small.
So you've gathered a bunch of these berries and put them in
Yes.
the. Roll me a nature check with advantage. So you roll your dice twice and take the higher number.
16 at 20 plus 5.
Okay, so a 25 definitely beats the number I had for that. You find a few seeds, perfect seeds ready to grow
Mhm.
at the bottom of that
Okay.
bush. Do you collect those?
Yes.
Okay.
I've also been keeping my eye out for the roads, just for anything and everything that would be edible or useful.
Roll me a survival check.
Let's see here, 18 plus 4.
You don't find anything more edible than what Buchaka has found with these berries, but you do notice some mushrooms that you recognize to be useful.
Okay.
There's 3 of them. Just mark them down on your paper, and we'll take care of inventories later as we go.
I'll also pick some berries and pocket them.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stand and observe to make sure nothing ambushes us.
Okay, roll me a perception check as you're standing there.
16 plus 1? Yeah, 17.
With the 17, so you guys are following the river north, and you're just, it's midday, and you see there's a lot. You can hear it, but you can kind of see the dust cloud of carts and stuff off the main road. You're a couple miles away, but it's flat land. It's nice farmland that's not being used for farm. It's just taller grasslands, and so everything around Dusk Hollow is just there. It's not serving a purpose. But so you can see these dust clouds from carts and stuff. So in your mind, that's a lot of extra travel happening on this main path between Dusk Hollow going north to one of the other.
So it's leaving Dusk Hollow going north, or is it?
It's both ways.
Both
There's
ways.
a lot of hustle and bustle down these main roads. But you guys are far enough away from them.
As we move away from Dusk Hollow, does everything look to be alive, more vibrant?
Yeah, colors are not as muted as they were in town or just outside of it. The grass is a beautiful, vibrant green. The sky is a beautiful blue with big, white, fluffy clouds. There isn't a care in the world now that you're kind of removed from Dusk Hollow.
How far Was it? How far were we away from Dusk Hollow before we noticed things were starting to be more green?
I'd say 2-3 miles. I'd say an hour or two. Yeah, by foot.
So Joffrey's reach is far.
Or enough.
Or at least the power that he's using or keeping in that tower.
Yeah, that might not be him. That might be something else.
Yeah, and as you guys continue walking north, and if you were to look behind you, you would now see that you can't see the city walls, but the Crimson Vault Tower is still a menacing presence in the sky.
Not unlike so.
Right.
No, this is very
That's
nice.
what I find.
So you guys have, I would say, been traveling for 7 or 8 hours. You know, you left around 6 in the morning. It's now 3, 4 in the afternoon. Sun's not starting to set. It's fall, but it's not yet cold. It's that early fall, that August, September, warm but comfortable. And all of you roll me perception checks.
19.
15.
6.
18.
Everybody, besides Grunin, who's hyper focused on looking for threats, hears music, just and voices and happiness and everything else coming just a little bit to the east from where you are, inland of the river, but off the main road. And as you look, you see big tents and you see fires and torches and things like that.
I grab Grunin's attention and show him there's something over here. I don't know what it is. Should we investigate?
It wouldn't hurt to observe it. It wouldn't. It could be important to us. It could be a party over there that may need help. It could be just festivities. So I don't see a reason why we shouldn't stop. We got time.
Should we make our presence known, or
Let's first get close to determine whether it's dangerous or not. We don't want to, and then if we determine that's not a threat, we don't want to spook, but then we should probably let ourselves be known.
You were saying earlier that there's raiders on the road.
There are raiders. That's why I do not want to, make ourselves known.
I can sneak towards there, try to hide in the grass, and investigate if you would like.
Yeah. Let's.
Or I can go do it since I'm only 2 foot tall.
How tall are these wrestlers?
Before
Before we do that, how
I mean, it's taller than normal grass, so like feel like your lawn gopher. So it would be up to his knees,
Okay.
but it's not 2 foot deep, thick grass. You wouldn't walk through grass terrain where you couldn't see the ground and look for holes and pitfalls and stuff like that.
I'd like Holder and I to go investigate. That way, if anything does come about, I would not be by myself.
Okay. What is going to be your, I guess, warning if things are a threat that would not necessarily bring attention to you?
We'll come back and report to you directly.
All right.
If that is not something you're capable of doing, is there any other method?
I have magical tinkering, so I can do something with a short message that I can toss back.
Okay.
To you. Report.
I can only jump up and down and wave my arms.
Yeah, we don't want that just yet.
Okay. So are both of you in agreement of going up there and sneaking up?
I am.
Both of you roll me a stealth check. And you should have advantage on stealth, so roll your dice twice and take the highest number.
Okay. Well, I got a 21.
Oh. What'd you get?
3.
Okay. So Buchaka's doing like the worm in this grass. This 21. He is flat. The grass blades don't even move. Now you know why he is Buchaka of the Still Wind. He just flows in there.
I have a built-in ghillie suit.
You're just but you got your shoulders up and your head down like you're being sneaky, but you've got like that old man that can't be quiet but is trying to be quiet thing. Like, he would shut the cabinet in the kitchen but slam it thinking he's being quiet.
Damn it, Holder.
Velcro knees because he's so old.
I
Buchaka,
split off Buchaka.
yeah, Buchaka, you kind of stop moving as Haldra moves a little closer, and it's just a big. There's several tents here. They're red and white striped tents. You can hear music playing. You can hear noises happening, and then someone notices Haldra. There's this man thing, standing on a box. You child, come play. It's the fair. It is the fair given to you by Wasilia Karwan. We are giving away so many prizes and even magical ones. If you have a team of people with you, you may come in and join and register and win super prizes. And as you see this guy, he's a frog man.
Mhm.
He's about 5 feet tall, and he's standing there. He doesn't have pants on because he's a frog, but he's got those frog legs that stand out. He's got that circus pinstriped red and white jacket on, and that hat that's got the brim, his short top hat. That's also red. It's a fair. You have stumbled across a fair offering you magical stuff. And he's point blank, child. He can't see you. It's dark. It's getting dark. You're kind of behind the sunlight. Child, come play.
I can I look around to see if there's anything truly threatening that I can do?
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
3.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking fair. Everybody here's having a good time.
Okay. I approach.
Holdra, can you contact the team and have them come
Oh.
forward?
At this point, I just turn to you. And
I guess I
you
just stand
probably
up,
just
wave my
stand up
arms.
and wave them over. 'Cause
So when I stand up out of the grass, does the frog?
Wow, that's pretty good. You would be good in the games. You'd be really good in the games. You should. Is there more of you?
We have companions.
Oh, that's great. So we are running an adventuring party challenge. There are 3 other adventuring parties in here playing the games now, and we have prizes for the top team.
Okay.
Sounds suspicious.
Well, I'll use I'll pick up a rock, use my magical tinkering to view a quick. I think it's like a 6-second voice message. Says it looks safe to me. You guys are welcome to
Come on
advance.
down, you the next.
Right.
Chaka, so he can throw it.
Okay, so he's handed you a rock to throw back at the team. Roll me a dexterity check.
So it's a 20 on the dice.
Natural 20 on the dexterity check. You hear and you feel this rock just land directly in between both of your feet as you're standing there looking on at. You saw Buchaka stand up. You saw Haldra. That's not that great of a distance. Now that rock is sitting there in front of your feet.
Well, based on all the information that I've been given, I go, okay. I look at it like, okay, we're good. And then I just kind of like toss the rock to the side.
Okay. So does magical imbuing cost you a spell slot or anything?
I have 3 basically magical tinkering. I can have up to 3 simultaneous things that I've tinkered with.
Uh-huh.
But the second I go to the 4th one, the first one just
So if there's not going to be a rock on the field, that someone's going to pick up.
Safe. Come on in. Okay. So what do you guys do? Do you and Alana join Buchaka and Haldra?
Yeah. Alana, it's safe. We can go and make ourselves known.
Right.
Oh.
Or we were told to say.
Ooh, totally missing. Okay.
So do you guys join the rest of your team?
Yeah, we're gonna join the rest of the team.
Okay. As you get, oh wow, good, a team of 4. This is perfect. We have games. We have prizes. We have a high wire show that I think everyone here is gonna like. It's free entry, and the best team wins the best prize. If you want to join the games, there's a bearded lady at the counter just behind me.
What is this?
You keep saying these games. What are these games?
They're games. Have you never been to a fair before?
No.
No?
Oh, well, there's games like slam the hammer and see if the goblin reaches the top and rings the bell. There's the milk jug toss. There are drinking contests. There are all sorts of games.
Okay.
Why?
Well, we have a great proprietor, Miss Wasilia Carwan. She is the proprietor of this circus. We travel all across the lands of Velkarth, bringing joy and happiness. We buy items from some places to sell in others. We like to travel and have fun.
What's her name? Out of character.
Wasilia, Wesila. Carwan, Karwan. And-
What's the first name again?
Wesila. And then he snaps his little cane, and he is very much Michigan J. Frog right now. If any of you get that reference. Hello, my baby. Hello. He slaps his cane, and I am Jeremiah the Frog.
Jeremiah the Frog.
Is he a bullfrog?
Thank you for the reference catch. And Jeremiah is the name of the user that gave help with the planning of the session, and the frog is his screen name.
Nice.
So I have Jeremiah the Frog in to honor his.
Right on.
Cool. Moving on. So Jeremiah the Frog snaps his cane, and I am Jeremiah the Frog. I am the host of tonight's events.
Thank you, Jeremiah. We'll come in. I feel like we should enter and play some games.
Yep, I'm still a little on edge, but I do, start to follow.
Okay. So he had told you there is the bearded woman is just behind him. You go talk to her.
I go right over.
Yeah, she is just a dwarf, a female dwarf.
Okay.
With a beard.
Okay.
But roll me a perception check.
17 plus 1, 18.
Her beard makes yours look like scruff. This is a magnificently bearded woman. This is the type of dwarf woman that just gets you going. She is a strong woman.
She's a strong one.
She is a strong
My
woman.
kind of woman.
Yes.
Very much my kind of woman.
Okay.
I'm kind of awestruck at first. I'm like,
Hello.
hello to you too.
Oh my god, she takes a little hit off of her little hide.
Runin, she's almost hairy enough for me.
You say away.
I will show you respect. Kara,
There seems to be four of yous here. You here to play the games?
would love to play the games.
Okay. All I need is a team name.
Whoa. We hadn't really thought of it, had we? We left without thinking of an expedition name, I guess you could say.
I feel like we spent a lot of time with each other and we're starting to get to know each other. I would love to call our team Close and Kin.
If that's what you guys want, we'll do it. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of letters. I'm pretty. I'm smart. So she writes CNK. For your team name.
Sync.
So she puts that in. She goes, step right in. There is foods. There is drinks. Those things have a cost associated to them by the proprietors of those restaurants. But the games are free for you to play since you are a part of the challenge. Now, rules. Each challenge, every party member must partake in. At the end of it, the party that had the most members do the best are the winners of that event. And we'll announce after everyone has played all of the events.
How many events are there?
There are 6 events. Wait.
Oh, we're going to be here a while.
There are 6 events. I had to count my events. But we have some specials for you. We have over here at the food stands, we have a rabbit turd. It is the best dessert I've ever tasted.
You said rabbit turd?
Rabbit turd. It is a white, fluffy cake with a cream filling. I tell you, this cake never rots. It is amazing. We batter it and we fry it in fat. We also have turkey legs. Any fare has turkey legs. We have pickled fish eyes, delicacy from the gnomes. And we have rabbit wild wings. To drink, you have ales, meads, wines, and a special we call the hair of the hare.
Please. And then at the end of the night, before the evening ends, we have a high-flying trapeze show for you, starring Uga and Chaka. The brother and sister bugbear team that is just amazing.
I like this place.
Now, those would actually be relatives of Buchaka, would they, or are they just?
These
So I spoke to him. So Uga Chaka is another person that helped with the building of the session. I split his name into two names for this, and it is spelled different.
I'm not familiar with these names. That they are not part
Okay.
of my kid.
And fish eyes, is that really a delicacy from you people?
Oh, absolutely. It depends on what community that you're in. It varies.
Oh, these came from Glendamere Vale. Yes, yes.
Does it matter which fish we use, or is it in the eyes, or is it?
It depends.
The bigger, the juicier, the better.
Yes, very much so.
I kind of wander off to go get a turkey leg and a meat.
Okay. That will cost you 2 gold when you get to those stands.
I walk over and
All the fish eyes.
start putting the fish eyes in my bag.
So yeah, that's like 4 gold if you're taking that many fish eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, big spender.
Oh, they're worth it.
So if you guys want to start in the adventures at any time, go up to one of the 5 or 6 goblins we have at the different games, and they will tell you the rules. So we have the milk toss. We have the beer drinking contest. We have the smash hammer. We have the Wizard of Knowledge. We have the Wizard's Challenge. That's my favorite. And then we have the kissing booth. The goal of the kissing booth is to make the most people happy with your kisses.
Beer drinking challenge almost at the last. right before the kissing challenge.
And we all have to take part in it.
Yeah, so everybody's required to spend time in each challenge. You will not know if he's won or lost until after it's over.
Can we recap exactly the 6?
Yeah, you have the milk toss,
Let her hair down.
the smash hammer, beer chugging or beer drinking contest, kissing booth, the wizard's quiz, and the wizard's challenge.
Do we need to do these in any particular order, or can we choose?
You can do these any ways you want.
Yeah.
Well, let's, other than Wizard's Challenge, what was the...
Wizard's quiz.
Do you know your spells?
Milk toss.
All right.
Sure.
We have to be in agreement.
Yeah.
Alana,
I don't know.
hesitant?
The beer one toward the last.
Yep.
Okay.
Right before we drift off.
Grunin, what's going through your mind as you've entered into this fair with these 4 people, the 3 people you've just met, and there's just this fair happening, I don't know, 15, 20 miles from Dusk Hollow?
He has a headache, is what he got.
Yeah, there's I don't want to say lights and bells, but there's like goblins like lighting torches and waving them around and like pinging
There's a lot
bells.
going
Yeah,
on.
there's people here. It is a family friendly thing going on. Lots of families.
Part of it is the chaos, is what's getting
Yeah.
him. There's just so much going on.
Yeah, so sensory overload.
And he's had such a strict lifestyle that this sort of like chaos is just not in his mental.
I walk over to Grunin and I pat him on the back. Let's just have some fun before we go and get crazy.